Hi class, I want to talk real quickly about evaluation, which is step 7 in winning grants. For your group proposals, you will include an evaluation, and depending on what you do for your individual ones, you'll include one for that one as well. So quickly, why did we write the evaluation section? So the evaluation section is important for the grant funders to know that you have a plan in place to actually meet the goals of your of what you're proposing for your program. They want to make sure that you've thought out how you can achieve the goals you set out to accomplish, and that you have a way to measure them. And so that's why the evaluation section is so important. Some critical questions that you want to consider when you're writing your evaluation: was the program successful? And so when you think about evaluation, I guess you have to think of it in two parts. When you're writing it, you're thinking about the plan and how you will achieve your goals, and you're thinking about how will you assess these things. And then after the program, these are questions that your evaluation should answer. Was the program successful? Did it do what it was designed to do? What did the organization learn from this experience that can be leveraged? This is really important because, say for example, if it's a program that you wish to continue, you can use your evaluation to determine what changes need to be made to make it better, what didn't work and why, and what's different in the community or the lives of those targeted as a result of the program. The purpose of the evaluation section obviously is to satisfy the funder, but more importantly, as I mentioned, is to assess the effectiveness of the work and the plan for the program's future work. It determines impact, and even if, say you apply for a grant, you get it, you evaluate your program, it's successful, that also enables you to apply for other grants, because now you can show how successful the program is. And then there's some other reasons there that you can read. Evaluation, or content of the evaluation component. So as you're designing your evaluation, you want to first consider the organization's definition of success, the so what factor. So, for example, for the pipeline team, your grantors are looking to see that what you propose to do, what you do, will actually help reduce the number of juveniles who are incarcerated. And so your goals align with that, but then how will you evaluate that effectiveness? Then one must articulate a clear understanding of how the activities described in the proposal will lead to the expected outcomes. And so as the one writing this grant proposal, it's your responsibility to articulate that as clearly as possible. Don't leave the grantors guessing or questioning. Give them all the information they need. And then finally, identify the aspects of the program for which it is most important that the organization can assess to determine how well they worked. When you are conducting an evaluation, these are the goals that you want to achieve. You want to find out whether the hypothesis did what it was supposed to do, meaning because when you write your goals, essentially you're hypothesizing. You haven't, conducted the quote-unquote experiment yet, or enacted the program. It's a way to obtain feedback, to improve it, and also it's an opportunity to get accolades so that you can share those with the funders. Determine whether the strategies that were specified were indeed used and that the objectives were met. And so again, this is an opportunity for revision. Along the way, you can make mid-course corrections sometimes, depending how long the grant period is, your funders will want progress reports. And then to determine whether the work actually made an impact on the community and whether or not the problem was identified. And so there is evaluation you do at the very end of a program, but you can also do evaluation throughout the course of the program so that you can make revisions as needed if allowed by the funders. So when preparing for your evaluation, you want to ask, what is the purpose of the organization's evaluation? You know, one thing about your grant proposal, everything should line up. It should tell a full story. How will the findings be used? What will the organization know after the evaluation? Very important. What will the organization do afterwards? How the lives of the people of the community be served? And you see this sort of ongoing theme of you know, how are we meeting objectives? How are we making a difference in lives? And as a result of what we found based on evaluation, what are we going to do next? And that is it. If you have any questions, let me know. Again, this information is from Winning Grants, Chapter 7. There's much more in the chapter, but I want to give you a quick overview. Talk to you later. Bye.